I've been asked to give a talk on meditation and specifically the silent revolution of consciousness, science of inner peace and transformation in 4 minutes. My situation is like that of Lord Krishna at the battlefield. He was supposed to deliver 18 chapters in 5 minutes to Arjun before the world witnessed the world war, Mahabharat. Both parties were, about to kill each other. And Arjun gives up and says, not me, I am not going to fight. Krishna was helpless. How can I convince this foolish fellow? And now I have been challenged to give this whole world of change of consciousness and inner transformation in 4 minutes. Please forgive me, organizers. You have got a wrong person here. It can be done also, provided we were like Arjun and there was a person like Krishna who could change in few seconds. But that needs pranahuti. What Lord Krishna used was pranahuti to transform his state of mind, his consciousness, and made him ready to fight the war. First of all, we have to define what dhyana is. What is the purpose of dhyana? What is this consciousness? So we'll begin first with the purpose. Purpose is very simply put, evolution of consciousness. We have 3 sariras, sthul, sukshma, karan. Sthul sarir cannot evolve within the lifespan that we have. It takes thousands of years, millennia before it can evolve. Soul need not evolve. It is purest, unmutable. How can you change and transform what is already pure? It need not. So what is needed to be changed is the subtle body. The fundamental mainstream of the subtle body is the river of consciousness, which is supported by manas, buddhi and ahankar. Now when we talk of changing this manas, buddhi and ahankar, how do you change manas, buddhi and ahankar, transform them so that it affects the consciousness in a way that it can soar higher in the sky of superconsciousness and also should be made deeper so that it can dive deeper into this oceans of subconsciousness. You understood so much so far? Okay. Now, when mind evolves, manas evolves, its function has to evolve. What is the function of the mind? Think. It is to think. So when it evolves, what we are expecting is thinking has to be transformed into something better. And what is better than thinking? Feeling, perception. I give you a small example from my life. In my business world for many years, business or no business, we all go through problems. And whenever the problems linger on, your face changes. And the first individuals to identify change in your face is your wife or your sister or your mother. After a few months of, torture within yourself, they ask you, Kya hoga tumhe? What's wrong with you? Then we try to explain the problem. They blurt the solution in less than a minute, for which we struggle 3 months, 4 months, and been wondering why and how. Women don't have brains. You agree? No. I do agree because they have a super heart. And because of this heart, they're able to perceive things bypassing the faculty of the mind. This is a God given gift to every woman to bypass the brain and use the heart. Ability to perceive is very strong in them. So they come up with a solution 1, 2, 3. While man has to meditate and become more feminine, heart has to become more feminine rather than egoistic. So we need to move on from thinking to feeling. Instead of dissecting with your brain, try to perceive things. And that happens in meditation. Now, we'll take up the buddhi and ego part a little later. But now, let's focus on what is meditation. Dhyan. English word meditation does not fully justify the word dhyan. Dhyan in Sanskrit, if you split this sandhi, it is di plus yan. How many of you know Gayatri Mantra? Wow, almost everyone. You know the final line, Di Mahi Diyo Yodaha? Wonderful. What is this Di and Diyo Yonaha? We are saying, my dear mother, the source of everything. You are the source of ultimate wisdom. Di Mahi Diyo Yonaha Prachodaya. So Di means ultimate wisdom, divine knowledge. Yan in Sanskrit means vehicle. So vehicle that transports us to this ultimate wisdom is dhyan. That's the definition I would like to call. Unfortunately, our yogis and saints, so-called, they have really perverted the meaning of dhyan and they say it is the focused mind. Now, when you see logically, focused mind means you need to focus on a known object. Purpose of dhyan is to focus on unknown. So how can you focus on unknown? That cannot be dhyan. But our people have yogis, those who have become udyogis, they give all kinds of तुम्हारा बेटा पास हो जाएगा, तुम्हारा ये होएगा, उसको फोकस करवाइए, concentration करवाइए, and they keep churning money. Now, for any vehicle to be useful, imagine your car without petrol or electric charge now in your electric vehicles. It cannot move. So how can this yan of dhyan can take us to Di? What is the fuel for that? You need nourishment, some energy output. I'm sorry, energy input is required. Just as this physical body, Annamaya Kosha, we call, requires annam, balanced diet to nourish itself. Manas, we learn from elders, we contemplate, we read, we interact. And that's the source of our enrichment of Manomaya and Vigyanmaya Kosha. How about enriching your soul, your causal body? Is there a solution? that enriching energy that enriches our soul and the energy that propels us into state of samadhi in dhyana are same. It's called pranahuti. Pranasya pranaha. One that gives nourishment to the physical body is something. One that gives nourishment to the mental body is something. Who can provide this pranasya prana? To a seeker who is really sincerely looking for an experience. People talk and talk and talk, meditation karo, jap karo, mantra karo, but mantra and japam will keep you focused only on one thing. When you meditate even on the form of Lord Shiva, your mind is focused based on the imagination of the artists that has made the statue. I would like you to think, even when the great personality like Lord Krishna was present during his lifetime, with the actual form also, how many could understand his divinity? Tell me, anyone? Even when he showed his real form, Arjun says, this form scares me. So even when there was a real form, you could not recognize him. How in the world you are going to recognize him with Xerox copies? I'm not insulting any religion. I want you to think very, very seriously your approach. In our Shastras, we call Ishwar is Antaryamin. Am I right or wrong? जोश से बोलो. Thank you. Antaryamin means one who dwells within, जो मुझ में है. हम जब से माँ से पैदा हुए, since then that soul, that Antaryamin, that life giver, that life force is in me. My mother has given me that. That power that sustains me is not outside me. And where is my search? Outside. So how can you succeed? That's why dhyan. We have to meditate with the help of pranahuti. The auspices under which we are gathered here, pyramid meditation. The founder of that was one of the disciples of my Guruji. And like many systems, many sishyas, they take up their own path and establish a new channel. Many systems are full of such things. Maybe to expand the mainstream, whatever be the reason. Without pranahuti, you cannot move even an inch in your consciousness. I proclaim this from this stadium today, from this podium. Most people struggle in meditation because they are not able to dive deeper. They are overwhelmed by their own thoughts and their own emotions. It is the pranahuti and pranahuti alone, despite of us, can propel us into higher level of consciousness. It's a matter to be experienced, not to be talked about. See, my 4 or 5 minutes are over. I can go on and on and on, but I encourage you, practice meditation under pranahuti, and only system that advocates this meditation with pranahuti is heartfulness. Try it out. Thank you.